Well, hello again. It's been a while. I went out of town, and then when I came back, I had a lot of work piled up, and I had to do multiple nights of change control in a row. And then right around the same time, new stuff came out. The new event started up. So when that happened, I did actually try to make a recording of my march from, I don't know, 7,900 to over 8K. That was my goal. And I thought I was recording for a little over 2 hours. And when I went back somewhere along the way, about an hour and 35, 40 minutes into it, it just stopped. And so I was a little frustrated with that. And I haven't recorded anything since then. So here we are again. The additions, we'll work our way from front to back. I added the lance. I did decide to muck around with the ignites and the calamity on it as opposed to the Redeemer and the Terrans. Don't know why. I just thought that this might be a fun counter to some other stuff, but it may not work out. We'll see. What else? Oh yeah. I brought the Leo back to life, and I stuck the Terrans on it. I have not even tried to use this yet, but I don't know if I will. Not certain. Maybe I'll have to move them over to something else that I'm more likely to play. I also did this. I added the new weapons to it, right? And this one I do throw in late matches sometimes when I lose my Titan and there's a lot of Atlases out, just to try to help my side out a little bit. But what usually ends up happening is people charge over and kill me right away. So I've used it, but it hasn't been any more successful than a regular, any other weapons I had on there, I should say. I did this because I like the range, although you can see it's not fully leveled. I did throw a couple of pulsars on there, and this is 600 range, and I'm hopeful that with 120% effect accumulation, that I'll get some lockdowns, which will make it easier to get the sword effect in on them. And then I got this thing. Again, not fully leveled. Haven't even went after the pilot yet. And to be upfront on that, I'm basically sitting on the pilot, because you can see I got 10k memoriam. I could get a little bit more if I needed it. I got enough gold to boost my way through the whole thing. I don't have a Dorito. I need to get a Dorito to do the final level, but I'm just kind of waiting for a leaderboard so that I can get something out of it. Something extra anyways, if I'm gonna burn the resources to do that. But I'm really not in any rush because I haven't quite figured out where I'd use it. It's not a play style that at least right now would appear to lend itself well to how I typically like to play. So, not certain. Anyways, though, I'll give that a little bit of a bump. Not a full bump, but I need Doritos. And what else did I do? Anything else? Anything else? Oh yeah, I did do the Tony special, just for giggles, in case I ever squatted them. I have before, but it's been a long time, and I know he likes to drop his 80s, so I dug this out of things and threw some weapons on it, got it all bumped up and ready to go. Well, not all bumped up, not fully leveled, but close enough. This isn't really worth, I don't think it's worth fully leveling. Anyway, those are the changes to the hangar, and let's just see. You know, one thing is my march to 8K, I got over 8K, and wow, man, I don't know if it's because of the tournament. I don't know if it's because, you know, it was me coming from 7,900 to trying to get over 8K, because it started a little before that in mid 7800s. And that is, I started just taking a lot of losses. Huge number of losses. I dropped all the way down to a 48% win rate coming out of that. Now, I was still coming out high in my squads, so I was still making progress in every match, but it took a lot more matches because I just could not get on the winning team, if you know what I mean. I'm certain other people have been there, right? It can be tough sometimes to get on a good team, the team that is relatively favorable, right? I'll take the hits here, bud. Let's get this thing. Uh-oh. Don't want that guy coming in. So let's just mess with this party a little bit and go past that other one. Oh, and now they're gonna come after me. Real ugly like too. I don't know if I'm gonna get away. Ah! I think I got going for me in that one. Oh! I was gonna say, the only thing I had going for me in that one is I momentarily flipped it. They were on me. What am I doing? I don't even know. You know what? I've been just sucking ass with this thing. So, I don't know. Let's see if we can get it to work. You know... Okay, let's do this again. I kind of messed up. Try to get this going again. The goal here I couldn't get away. Haven't quite figured it out. There was a couple of times I was able to turn into those guys, and most of the time not. Most of the time they got me. STF, MO. I don't have anybody from anybody named on my team. Looks like we got a couple maybe from the same clan. Maybe why we got screwed. Here's a question. When you're watching matches for those that like to watch these, do you like hearing people talk during the matches, or would you prefer just to watch the matches? You know what I mean? Or would you like just, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I was watching somebody that does their stream and they don't talk at all, and I don't know. However, at the same time, you know, if it's somebody that I know, like Queenie, I watch her videos, and it doesn't matter whether or not to me, whether or not. So I guess, you know, for me, it's whether or not I know the person, right? You know, because if I don't know them, then I want to hear them talking. I want to hear them talking about either what's going on or about the game or something. I don't want to just watch the game, because there's enough people out there that I can watch, right? Be it, you know, Doc or Tank or Burrs, or, you know, the list goes on and on. Everybody's got, you got so many people out there that are streaming and doing live YouTube that's not the issue. The question is, what's the most interesting? And I'm going to have to imagine, for at least for me, it's personality, right? I'm not just looking for good gameplay. There's a lot of good gameplay. I'm looking for personality with gameplay. And one has to think that if that's what it takes, I might be doomed. Let's see here. Let's give that one a go, right? Because I don't really have much time in using it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on. Let's see here. Mess with that right now. Oh, hey, what do we got back here? What's that? What's that? Oh. Oh, okay. Probably the first time I've really run into that. Not quite sure what to do with it yet. Take it this way. Who got me? Alrighty. What do we want to do? Let's take this guy out first. Then. This game's a loss. Oh! Where's he? Oh, over there, okay. Yep, this blah blah blah. $176. First 2 beacons. Didn't do anything else. I have drone upgrades. You know, those are probably the most expensive things to deal with in this game. Microchips and drones. You know, it's something that whenever I see a drone pop up, I dread, because you know, it takes you what, a Dorito and just over 1,000 microchips to level one up, and most of the time you really need it too. You know, most of the time they're not. Most of the time, you have at least 2 things you want off the drone. So, and usually one of those is one of the higher level items. That guy almost died trying to get me. I was a tasty nugget. He wanted me bad. We'll drop this one. You know, I still don't see any real advantage, you know, as points wise. You know, the one thing I will say about this is a camper for you. He's sitting in the back thinking he's kicking ass, and look at the beacon bar. Yeah, you're kind of kicking ass. You're also kind of not doing anything to control the game. this build right here, this is a tough ass build. You know, I would like it if there's not a lot of light ultimate weapons. There's the Blaze, the Halo, what else is there for light weapons? The Blaze, the Halo. I thought there was one more out there. What's the other one? Right, because you got the Halo. Oh, the arm, but I don't really count that because, you know, oh man, when is that ever going to be seen again? Otherwise, really, you just have the Blaze and the Shredder. And of those, the only one that's really worth much is the Shredder. Not because of the lockdown, but just because of damage. Next comes the Halo. I don't have either of the Halos. If I had one more Shredder, I could build a second of the machine gun test, but I don't. What I wish they had, actually, because I like them, is I wish they had the Punisher. You know, so you'd have the full line, right? Because they have you have the Teth, you have the new bot, you have a few bots that, you know, you have the Skyros. Plus you have some that were like, you know, like a Raptor where you'd have the heavy and the light, right? Right now, if you want to do that, you do that with the Shredder and the Avenger. So I'd love to see this line finished. You know, they've got this line finished. Technically speaking, because they got the Blaze and the Igniter, it wouldn't be bad to see that one finished. I'm a big fan of the Hussars and the Dragoon, so I would love to see the Marquise or whatever that lower one is. Same with the Scourge and the Calamity. I would like to see the lower one of that. I'd like to see this. I'd like to see light versions of a number of things. Don't necessarily need the Gus, but it'd be cool. But if I were to pick very specific ones, I would say I would want the Marquise to go with the Hussars, because look at all the light medium combos you could do with that. Likewise, I would like to see the light on the Scourge, and I'd like to see the light on the Punisher. I think those three would be super, super awesome. I seem to be collecting a boatload of those ions, and well, you know what? They kind of suck. You know, I've tried to use them, I tried to make them work, and I just end up sticking them on the stuff I don't want to use that I just have for display. I mean, that's it. What the heck was that? Made the screen bump. There it is. What is that? Oh, that's the ion. No wonder I didn't recognize it. You almost never hear that thing. You know what I mean? It's like borderline non-existent. That's because they kind of suck. where are our beacons? Look at this. What are all my guys doing? I've been running around killing things like crazy. Can't win this one. They're not picking beacons up. I don't know why they're not picking beacons up, but you know. It seems like such a simple thing, yet at the same time it seems like one of the most complicated things to do in the game, right? Oh, look at this. I got 3 of them on me. Yeah, why go for my team? My team's not a threat. This is what my whole march to 8100 was like. I would get on team after team after team where they just didn't do anything. They just didn't do anything. Look at this guy, 7818. You know, that's the thing. You know, I don't see anywhere near as many of the people, the no-shows down in the lower ranks as I do up here. But look at this. 0, 1, 0, 1. So you got the home beacon only, -1. Never count the home beacon. So effectively they got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Nobody got any beacons. Campers. Guaranteed. One and all. Oh, look, camper. What is this crap? Look at this. Punchers? Junk. You know, I shouldn't say anything because this is pretty much borderline free to play. So good on him and making it as far as he did. Wow. I've been down there, not for a while, but I've been down there. Oh, but look what he's got. See, now look at this. The other guy doing better than him, but this guy, he's... This is one of those ones you wonder about, you know, because it's only level 1 MK2. Not even MK2. Level 1, level 2, MK2. Level 1, MK2. So, and the reason why I say you wonder about one like this is because you say to yourself, if that's the case, okay, are you just trying to get your, okay, junk, you can't do anything with that. Nothing worthwhile in this at all. So this is it. This doesn't even make sense on here. This doesn't even make sense. Oh, man. This is one that Billy Butcher would be eyeballing as suspicious because so much stuff isn't leveled up. How are you getting to the damage levels that you need? That's weird. Too much not leveled up. not even MK2. I'm sorry, but how are you guys getting up that far with stuff that's not even MK2? I have a hard time with that. Because I see what the guys go through. And I don't know. I don't know anymore. Because it seems like they're all like that, right? Are they all? Are every one of them like that? No. Those are 7. MK2 7. MK2 6 is what I think is your basics for the most part, right? And he puts them into that. I don't know. I'm not giving up. It seems unlikely, but I don't know. And by it seems unlikely, I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it the wrong way. Maybe I'm looking at it because I'm thinking in terms of being competitive with me as opposed to being competitive with MK3. Some of those guys, though, they were past 5200 though, so I don't know. This goes back again. I know I'm redundant sometimes, but this again goes back to Pix really needs to address the cheating, because I guarantee I probably just falsely reported 2 people, but you're sitting there all the time wondering, and it's because they allow the cheating so flagrantly, right? That you just find yourself unable you know what? I don't do much with this. I probably will get killed right away, but what the hell? Alright. I seem to be getting killed by those, but I don't see very many of them. I wondered if I just happened to be their favorite target. Well, that's unlikely. Those things, I've fought a ton of them. Don't do that. I'm doing horrible this game. What am I getting hit with now? Another the thing, I always seem to be permanently locked down now. I can never seem to move. I think they've gotten a little crazy with the lockdowns, because I just find myself like that. I was just permanently frozen. There was nothing I could do. And yeah, it's kind of annoying. Now, I don't mind getting locked down from time to time, but I feel like, you know, half my game sometimes is spent locked down. Great, yeah. This is kind of a loss. Not really certain what I want to do. You notice something, I get attacked immediately every time I come out. The second I drop, I'm attacked. I don't even know how the guy did that kind of damage that fast. Again, I have these bots. The guy that did damage wasn't this one. Not really that more. Yeah, and for whatever reason, like I said, you know, I had people just every time I dropped, I was immediately attacked. And so, don't know why. Is what it is. I couldn't drop without being attacked, so somebody was watching for me. Actually, more than one person had to have been watching for me because I couldn't even hardly get out of the gate without being attacked. And at one point in time, 3 people just turned and came after me. And it's like, okay, all right. Don't know why. Anybody else ever feel that way? Feel like they're ganged up on? I definitely get that feeling in some matches. Like people are specifically coming after me. And I don't understand it. I'm not a paranoid kind of guy. I usually think that, you know, I'm kind of like, I hate to say it, but I'm a nobody. Okay? And I'm not trying to be self-deprecating or anything. It's more a statement of fact. You see that? Once again, my teleport didn't go off, so there's definitely something going on with that. Cause I fired it over there, I was waiting, and nothing happened. Ah. Yeah, he's gonna come after me now. I'm gonna die in just a few seconds. Ah! Oh well. It seems to be my lot in life with this build. Jeez, one kill with all those shots. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough one for me. Ha! At this point, I'm just trying to stay alive. See if I can get somewhere with this build. You know, this is not how I normally... Oh, I think that's the first time I've gotten that solid strike. Huh, that didn't last very long. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Nothing I can do. Oh! Christmas miracle! wasn't charged. Yay! Guess you have to be patient with this build, huh?
Beyond godlike. Living legend.
That might be something I have to play a little bit more with. It's definitely very vulnerable, so you have to keep moving. And it doesn't push beacons, right? So you have to be in a fair amount of control before you drop it, I think. Although it's definitely super, super helpful. I've used it primarily before with late game to deal with atlases, right? But that's not bad. That seemed to go pretty good. Campers. heck? We lost beacons. We're losing beacons. Uh oh, I hit the post. Ah! Can you believe that?
Legend.
That's alright, because let's face it, they've been wildly ineffective. Fly, white guy. Well, they were mostly ineffective. What happened to my team? We were winning. It's all over. This is just like I was saying before. I went through just a boatload of losses. Couldn't get on the winning team. Oh, it just seems to be my lot right now. And I don't know why. I mean, my win rate, I think right now is like 50%. 50-50 coin toss as to whether it'll come out. And that's up. That would be up from the 48% that it was at. And see, and this is exactly what was happening when I was doing my previous recording. I would come out on top, and my team just could not hold up. They just could not hold up. If you look at their numbers, they were just below the other team across the board. So you try not to get frustrated, right? You try not to get frustrated. You try to recognize it's the matchmaker. There's nothing you can do about it. 81, 51. You know, I lose. See, 50%. I lose, but I keep going up. And this is up from 48. I had been just taking a beating on the wins because I just cannot get on a team. That's just the nature of it, right? That's the matchmaker. And I get it. I get why it's so frustrating sometimes because, you know, having to push through that, you know, you're out there pulling beacons, top kills, and your team is just not keeping up. And there's just nothing you can do about it. Oh, crud. Feast or famine. Yeah, but see, the last one looked like we were winning, and then all of a sudden they just all fell apart. They had nothing left in them. Used all their good bots or something. I don't know. Oh, look. A Billy build. Might be one of the rare few times it actually does something. Is when you're busy fighting other people and your health is down below half. You know? The campers, the hiders, the cowards, people who sit in the back afraid to get into combat, they can get you. See, look at this. We're down on beacons again. You know, I always wonder when I see people like that Pathfinder take just enormous amounts of damage. And then I see like that guy, did you see that? I'm running full ultimate gear, maxed out MK3. Did you see his health going down? That's weird, right? guy's taking shots at me. He's not gonna stop until he gets me, so. It's alright though, do I get that? I got that. And now you can keep shooting at me, bud. Eat dirt. You keep shooting at me. My problem with it is I forgot who it was that took that full load and didn't take anything. What's this? I don't see anything. Why is that thing flashing? Okay. Which one? For what? They look like they were all done. I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh, great. I'm late. Means no beacon there. So it sets you off to a slow start. Because I would expect to go over to this, and then when I captured that one, I would have a Frederick to be able to defend this beacon with. But no, I don't. Campers. There we go. Did this hit? There you go, camper baby. A little love for you. You just drop another camper? Oh no. You come get me with your sword, are ya? Another camper. Campers can eventually get you, but ha! Yeah. Four beacons tells the camper tale. Going on a 5 cap. Campers. You gotta wonder sometimes What motivates people? Well, we know what motivates them. Fear. Yeah, I know. Going in there. Oh, look at this. Look at my team now. Good times. Alright. We're gonna... Oh, hey! One of these people is on my team. Oh, two of these people are on my team. Oh, nah, he's going for the beacon. What am I hooked on? God. This game, you can just get frozen so easily. You know what I haven't done this thing? Oh, God. He just dropped another one? Ah. This is so annoying. Who's got the least campers? What a way to have to approach the game. Not do a link on him? What the hell? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get moving fast enough. Nope. I tried the Frederick. Oh, well, you can't outrun that. Alrighty. This is going to be a crap one. Mostly because I was just trying to hang on to the win by getting beacons. I was not. Is he going to get that beacon? I don't care where I end up on this one. Just like that, I didn't even get the kill on that one. Ah! I'm gonna be at the bottom. Bottom of the barrel. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I gotta try dropping that new bot sometime, but you notice they only a couple people out there making much use of them, and only on a couple of the maps. I got first. Wow. And I did crap. I did like literally for crap. I thought I was going to be at the bottom. I did so bad. Look at this. See? This is what the problem. Camper. You got a whole bunch of campers look at all the damage they did, but they couldn't hold any beacons. The other thing you'll notice about that match is everybody traveled in groups, on the other team in particular. And you'll see what that did. It leaves them vulnerable to all the guys on my team that were spread out that were going and picking up beacons on the side, right? This is why I say the whole school of fish thing, it's not a winning thing. My opinion, really, the best thing to do if you're going to be coordinated about it is you run out in 2-mans. Take your main 3 beacons as 2-mans and then work it out, right, from there. But, no. Nope. Billy's probably mad at me, but for talking smack about campers. But the reality of it is, you know, everybody talks smack about me all the damn time, right? Oh, they don't say I'm talking smack about RezDog, but they shit on the people with tests, and they shit on the people that use the Samjacks, and they shit on the people that have the ultimate weapons, and they shit on the people that spend money, and they shit on everybody that has whatever the hell they don't have, right? Or whatever the hell beats them and they can't figure out how to beat. And it doesn't matter who, and I'm guilty of it myself at times. But so what does that do? That gives me the freedom to say whatever the fuck I want about campers, because the very people that sit there and talk shit about my builds, talk shit about all my bots, talk shit about my playstyle, talk shit about my spending money, and act like they're on some sort of moral high plane. You know what? They get to listen to me complain about what they did then. And if they're campers, well, then it's on you. Yeah, think about it this way. The number one way I get all my kills is by going after campers. Right? That's pretty much it. Poor guy didn't even see me come up on him. And they're gonna get me eventually. Haha, there we go. Alrighty. And let's take this guy. What the hell? I have to admit, I do find it annoying how people talk crap about other build styles, and they themselves are. It's not like they're using things that other people don't like, right? So I don't get where the moral superiority comes from. You know, I get it that, oh, that's unfair. Why is it unfair? You know? Oh, that's just a new bot. Oh, that doesn't take any skill. Oh, that doesn't take any talent. Yeah. You Well, at least when I complain about campers, it's for a legitimate reason. They're detriment to your team. Right? Some guy using the supposed noob bot is not a detriment to your team. That's not a style. That's just gear. The people who have a style of play that literally costs your team games, those are not people that should ever be talking smack about anybody else. Who's shooting at me? That was funny, he jumped into me. Oh, there you go, finally. They love the long shots, I can tell. Oh, that's who that is. That's the bird coming after me, right? Oh, he got me. He's got a shield breaker, so no surprises there. I just haven't been willing to really drop much else yet. Oh, look at that. My team's almost gone. How did that happen? That's why it is just so important. 52. I'm just doing horseshit. That's why it's so important to come out in the top 3. Not the top 1 or 2. If I get at the number 1, it's mostly just luck. Top 3 is what you want though. Minimum penalty, keeps you moving forward. That's what got me to where I am. What I need to do sometime though is I need to spend more time with squads. I need to learn how to do squad play again. I used to be good at it, but since I came back to the game I have not spent any time with it. But that requires me then to do things like go into Discord and be social. And I don't know. Land! See an extra flip on this, right? Oops, wrong button. Ah, what a waste that is, huh? Doggone it. Oh well. My guys are going down, aren't they? Yep, they are. Stupid campers. So busy trying to figure out how to be dangerous without ever having to actually commit to the combat. Unfortunately, I can't even see what's shooting me right now. Yeesh. What am I trying to do now? I think I'm trying to get over 8,200. I was over 8,100, right? I think so. Just trying to get a little farther. How are we doing? 8,200 even. %, scraping by. Bottom of the barrel. Oh man. I suppose that's good though. That means I'm having tough fights. And I can feel it. I'm having tough fights. I'm feeling a little more stressed than normal after the battles. We'll do one more. If I don't take a negative hit, we'll call it after this one because I'm over 5,200 and I'll say that's good enough for today. Oh. stuck again.
Beyond godlike.
Ooh, see, they got a camper over there, hoping to get lucky. See that? Oh, come on. How many times can you jump in a row? Especially when you're not taking damage. I hate cheaters. It's like, how many times? Look at him. How many times in a row can he jump? He jumped 3 times in a row. And he didn't take any damage. As far as I'm concerned, oh, look at you, all horny. See, I know there's the one skill that when you take so much damage, you get an extra one. You have to take over 50% damage. But that only happens when you're over 50%. You don't get to run around with it as an extra as you reclaim your other 2. Right? But I think they might have a pilot that gives a 3rd jump. I don't know. It's been a long time since I looked at them. Let's just see if we can find it. Most ravens go down in about 2 seconds. And there's really not much you can do about it because they're soft. They don't have a lot of durability. Only after durability drops to 50%. Is that this one? I forget. Yeah. Sorry, bud. you don't have the ability to do what you did. Oh, hopefully. We'll see here. I could be wrong. Do I have one in here somewhere? I'd like to know if I'm wrong up front. At least I can admit I'm wrong. I do have one. Two jumps. 2 charges max. Yeah. I don't think I did anything with it. Nope, I didn't. Not going to either. Oh, shoot. I was going to look at one other thing real quick, because, you know, I dropped stuff so... I've dropped so many things. Go. This is the thing. This is the nice thing about having your gear like maxed, MK3, and your bots maxed, is you learn very quickly what maximum damage does, and what bots can actually take. See, 235k. That's nothing, right? When I see, it's like that and that Pathfinder I ran into, when I see those ones and they take that kind of damage, it's like, no way. No way. Because I'll chew through one of those in a flash. I'll chew through one of these without having to, without one blast. One blast, I'll go through an MK3 Samjack. So, yeah, no, I don't buy it. And where are we at the end of all? Right now, 8214. 52%. I can't complain. I can't complain. There's people who suffer more than I do with losses. But who knows what they're doing, you know? Maybe they're getting all mad and taking their ball home. You know, when you do that, you cost your whole team. Don't know. I'm not sure. Some people don't care about their teams. It's all about themselves. You could argue that for me. No doubt about it when I go there. But I don't ever turn my back on my team. I only stop dropping when it's a cheater swarm. And otherwise, I will drop to the bitter end, and I will fight whatever nasty bots Pix comes up with. You know, like where'd it go? This guy here. You know, that thing wasted me a few times out there on this run, and my goal is just to figure out how to deal with it. Not to throw my hands in the air. Admittedly, though, I feel like I've been struggling lately. Probably because of all the losses. But who knows? Who knows? One could argue that it's because I'm actually up where I should technically be for not just my hanger but my skill. So now I'm starting to run into my skill wall as I'm bouncing up against more people at the top. But the problem with it is you look at what I'm getting in the matches, it's the same kind of people. It's what the matchmaker's putting on my side and what the matchmaker's putting on the other side. So I don't think that that's it. I don't think that I'm bumping against my skill wall. I think my skill wall, I bumped that ages ago, and my bots are the only thing that's keeping me going. I shouldn't say that about myself. I do well. It's not all luck. Sometimes I have very good timing. Not all the time, but sometimes. So, and I shouldn't be too hard on campers, right? But for me, they're what cost me most of my matches are campers, right? So I get frustrated with campers. Other people, what cost them their matches are guys like me who spent money. So they get frustrated with guys like me. Other guys, they get frustrated with specific bots because those bots just kind of have their number. So they get frustrated with those. And this is why I say, I take a lot of smack talk from a lot of people on the third person, right? When they talk about different types of players and different types of pilots, a lot of times they're talking about me. So therefore, if you're a camper and you hear me talking about campers, if you've ever talked smack about anything that I run or do or am, like spending money, zip it. You got nothing to say. Because you've already spouted off about me. And you know what? It's just part of the game. Everybody gets frustrated with something, and everybody spouts off with what they get frustrated with. And all of our jobs are to try not to take it personal, to rise above the fray and realize it's just the game and that there's real people on the other side. And because of that, I don't care what you guys do. Just be nice, chat, be friendly, laugh about the bullshit, and in the end, take care out there.